What's going on, guys? As a lot of you may remember, during my 1,000 subscriber video, I posed a question to you guys of what you wanted me to do. If you either wanted the best 5 Cover Killer Nation rants of all time, or a video of your choosing. Well, video of your choosing won. And the one that you guys wanted to see the most was the CD collection video, so that's exactly what we're going to do. However, as you can see, I have quite a bit. So, this is going to be part of, I think it's going to be about a 6-video series. It's going to actually document each and every one of the CD books that I have, and the funny thing is this is not even going to cover, I would say, even half of my collection, because a lot of it is stuff that's just on my computer. But let's get started and see what we can get anyways. So we should probably start with the very first book that I ever got, and that's this one right here. Now this isn't going to necessarily have all the oldest CDs that I've ever purchased, however, that's just because I've shifted them around over the years. You might not be able to see very well, but the zippers actually come off at this, and I've had to kind of ghetto rig it a little bit with a paper clip in order for it to close. And, well, it's one of those things where shit happens. It's old. So let's get started. Of course, we're going to start off with Iron Maiden, which is, of course, a band that I have really grown to love throughout my years as a metal fan. It's probably one of my favorite bands, and of course, if you guys remember, I did the Iron Maiden discography based around a lot of the stuff that I have here. We actually go from that on to Stone Temple Pilots. Stone Temple Pilots is another great band that I love, and as you can see, I only have a used copy of Core. The copy that I had actually went bad a couple of years ago, so I need to actually rebuy that. You're also going to notice that there are some burnt stuff in here, so it's one of those things where it's something that I had to do due to economy whenever I was younger. So it's stuff that I'm hoping to add to my collection, just like everything else I have on my computer, but money sometimes and cost is definitely a problem. You can also see Tears for Fears in there. Yeah, I do like some 80s stuff, so yeah, don't judge me. Moving on to some Faith No More, Green River, Audio Vents, which was a band from the late 1990s. It was a more of an alternative idea. The one Yngwie Malmsteen CD that I have. A lot of Burnt Hypocrisy, Lockup, which is actually another Hypocrisy project. And then we get into Anthrax. Anthrax is another one of those classic Big Four bands that you just have to have. Sacred Reich was a band that was recommended to me by a friend of mine, Jesse Schroeder. If you're watching this video, Jesse, what's up, man? I was able to find that actually used at a flea market for like $3. And then we enter into Flotsam and Jetsam. Weirdly enough, I don't have their classic Doomsday for the Deceiver. It's one of those items that I just was never able to pick up. However, I was able to find some of their rarities, such as Quattro or Drift. Black Sabbath is mostly burnt. This is stuff that I burnt from a friend of mine because, well, we believed in sharing back in the day. This is, of course, the live album that I just showed you guys a little bit earlier this year. And Cross Purposes is actually really underrated. I really like this album. And I only heard this album because of a friend of mine at college that had it. And we get into the Ozzy Osbourne. Union is actually a band that had John Corby in it, if you know who that is. Evergrey, and the start of Pink Floyd. You guys, of course, remember the Pink Floyd from the Triptych video, the Metal Triptych. There's, of course, Metal, and it's going to go all the way up until the Division Bell, and through the wall and everything like that. I've had fans ask me about Iced Earth. I do have Iced Earth in my collection, just, well, all burnt, thanks to my best friend who's obsessed. Now, I did get the Reckoning single right over here, because I am a big fan of Tim Ripper Owens. However, that's about it that I have purchased. And there's, of course, a lot of Alice in Chains. A lot of these burnt copies are actually live shows that I was able to find on the internet. Some Jerry Cantrell solo stuff. There's some empty space in here. I try to make it convenient and try to keep discographies and everything together, but it's not always easy. A lot of Testament. Got some Pantera in here. Of course, I'm doing the Pantera discography review. There's some Down, Damage Plan, and then, of course, we get into Rush and to the Geddy Lee solo disc. This one in particular was very hard to find. As you can tell, I'm not really that huge of a Cradle of Filth fan. The only CD that I have purchased is Damnation in the Day. Raw, of course, was popular for a hot minute with their song Do You Call My Name. This is the band Memento that I saw at Ozfest. The inside of it's actually signed. And there is Subhuman Race by Skid Row. We do have some Def Leppard, so there's some classic rock in here as well. That would make my coworker Ben very happy to see. Tool, of course, is a big part of my life. AC/DC. A lot of Roger Waters solo stuff. Bruce's Balls to Picasso. I need to actually add Tyranny of Souls, which I just recently found used. Samson, which was, of course, Bruce's first project. Vader, and, of course, Fozzy. Now, you might be wondering, where's Chasing the Grail? Chasing the Grail won't be in here because the middle of that booklet is signed by Chris Jericho. And I actually plan to have that and the t-shirt that I have signed put on a plaque. So that's not going to be in here at all. Got some Motorhead, Amen, which was kind of one of those spontaneous things that you get. Armored Saint, Angel Dust, and you can see there's a lot of burnt stuff in here. Corrosion to Conformity. Yeah, I really like these guys. I really don't think there'd be much worth in me reviewing them, as I don't think they're really as popular as a lot of people think. But, hey, if you guys think that it should be, then I'll do it. Slayer. There's, of course, the Albus and Musica, which a lot of you may remember as one of my most hated reviews. Machine Head, some Led Zeppelin, Black Crowes, and, of course, Queensryche. The classic Operation Mindcrime, Empire, and Operation Live Crime. Yeah, I had to get the Live Crime CD because I loved Mindcrime as a studio album, and hearing it live is just all the better. It's a March Enemy. This is actually a promo copy of Doomsday Machine. Tangerine Dream, Embodiment, Amorphous. Living Color. Guns N' Roses' Use Your Illusion 2 because of the song Civil War. Of course, Melissa by Merciful Fate, King Diamond. There's a lot of other King Diamond stuff up there that I got from my friend. He used to be a DJ, so I got a lot of the stuff burnt from him. So it was prior to any sort of pirating or downloading or promoing or whatever that I was able to get from work and score on a temporary basis. That was kind of my initial way of discovering new music. Ministry, Psalm 69, and Filth Pig. Filth Pig I actually found for $2. A lot of burnt stuff here. This is the Queen 3-disc Platinum Collection. This is actually a band called Sarcoma. They were a short-lived product that the same guy I mentioned earlier, Jesse Schroeder, he had a friend that was in this band. So, yeah. Resonance was a local band. Sadomasochism was a band that was on the label as another band you'll see later. Some Rammstein. The Rocket King is just like Sadomasochism. They're on the same label as... I'm trying to remember the band that I saw live with Byzantine. I actually helped name one of their songs. Apocalyptica and Against Spiritual Technology, yes. Sabotage, Sponge, Machine Head, The Tea Party. There's a lot of good stuff here. And Machine Head's all random. A lot of power metal right here. Halloween. Of course, I'm going to be doing the Blind Guardian discography here shortly. Hammerfall and Burning Star. If you don't know who Burning Star is, check them out. Echo Brain was, of course, Jason Newsted's project after he left Metallica. Ted Nugent, Scorpions. And on the last page here, we have some classics like Rainbow. Of course, I just did the Little Wing video with Stevie Ray Vaughan. Diamond Head and Motley Crue. I'm going to go ahead and cut this right here. This is book number 1 of the CD collection. And I just wanted to say I apologize for sounding raspy. I've been very sick all weekend, so I'm sorry. But anyways, stay tuned for the next one.